He smiled, just like he always did before every speech. The crowd clapped. The lights warmed his face. He looked calm, almost peaceful. No one in that room could have known that this smile would be his last. He gripped the microphone, took a breath, and seconds later, the sound of a single gunshot echoed through the hall. Screams filled the air. The mic hit the floor. And just like that, one of the most divisive voices in modern America was gone. Before that moment, before the headlines, the debates, the chaos, there was simply a boy who wanted to make people listen.
Welcome to Fame Secrets Explained, where we spill the secrets of fame. And hey, hit subscribe before this button gets heavier.
Charlie Kirk was born in 1993 in a quiet suburb outside Chicago, Illinois. In the early 2000s, while other kids were dreaming about sports or music, Charlie was glued to the news. He wasn't the loudest kid in class, but he was the one who always raised his hand and asked, why? Why do schools teach one side of the story? Why should young people feel guilty for loving their country? By 2010, in his late teens, he was already writing essays about freedom and American values. At 18, he skipped the traditional path. No Ivy League, no fancy degree. He wanted something bigger, a movement, a megaphone for his ideas.
In 2012, at just 18 years old, Charlie gave a short speech at the Republican National Convention. That single moment, a few minutes of confidence and fire, changed everything. Later that same year, he founded Turning Point USA from a small garage in Illinois. His dream? To reshape campus politics, to make conservatism cool and challenge what he saw as liberal indoctrination.
Thank you all for coming.
At first, it was just him, a laptop, and a few flyers. But by 2014, Turning Point USA had grown fast. College booths, late nights, endless road trips. Crowds grew. Students joined. Donors noticed. By 2016, Turning Point USA had spread across more than 1,000 campuses nationwide. At only 22, Charlie Kirk wasn't just a student activist. He was a national figure, a new kind of conservative celebrity. In 2017 and 2018, his confrontational style made him a viral phenomenon. He mastered debate like an art form. On college lawns, he stood behind signs that read, "Prove me wrong." He invited anyone to challenge him, and millions watched those exchanges online. Soon, Fox News called. Podcasts followed. His voice echoed across every platform. He was bold, sharp, unapologetic. Supporters called him a hero. Critics called him dangerous. But Charlie didn't want silence. He wanted reaction. He once said, "Controversy means people are paying attention." And attention for him was
Welcome
power.
back to the podcast, where we explore fascinating ideas and stories.
By 2019, fame had found him, and so had Backlash. He spoke loudly for gun rights, against abortion, and against what he called gender ideology. To some, he was defending freedom. To others, he was fueling division. During the 2020 election, he became one of the most visible young conservatives in America. Rallies turned into battlegrounds. Protests followed his every event. Behind the spotlight, Charlie often sat alone in hotel rooms, scrolling through hate messages and threats. He once admitted quietly to a friend, "I knew this path would make enemies. I just didn't know it would make me lonely." That loneliness became the shadow of his success.
In the early 2020s, Charlie Kirk wasn't just influencing students, he was influencing presidents. He became one of Donald Trump's youngest and loudest allies. The two shared rallies, podcasts, and political stages. In 2022, his podcast reached the top of conservative charts. His conferences filled arenas. His speeches reached millions. He was everywhere, on Fox News, on TikTok, on college campuses, a face of conviction and controversy. That same year, he was listed in Forbes 30 Under 30, and Turning Point USA became a multi-million-dollar organization. But behind the applause and the anger, his work carried risk. Because when your voice grows that loud, someone will always want to silence it.
September 10th, 2025. Utah Valley University. Charlie took the stage for his American comeback tour. Thousands waited, phones ready, cheers echoing. He adjusted his mic and smiled, that same calm, familiar smile. Then he said, "If we stop speaking because we're afraid, then freedom is already dead." A second later, a gunshot cracked the air. The microphone slipped from his hand. The crowd screamed. Security rushed the stage, and the man who had spent his life defending free speech lost his own voice. He was 31 years old. News spread across America within minutes. Some mourned him. Others argued he had reaped what he sowed. His wife, Erica, posted one line that broke hearts.
He died doing what he loved, speaking truth as he saw it.
The movement he built, Turning Point USA, vowed to continue. His critics wrote think pieces. His followers prayed. The world debated what his death meant. But one thing became clear. Charlie Kirk had changed how a generation sees power, conviction, and the price of standing by your beliefs. He wasn't a saint. He wasn't a villain. He was human, flawed, fiery, and unafraid. He once said, "You can cancel a person, but you can't cancel an idea." And maybe he was right. Because even now, his voice still echoes in podcasts, in protests, in the endless noise of a nation still arguing about what freedom really means. Some voices die, others echo forever.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories.